Chad Moyer with you here on the Rural Radio Network. Let's take a look at the midday market trade, specifically in livestock. Joining me, it's livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted. Kyle, hey, look at here. Another day higher in cattle futures. Live cattle, you said, are within reach of maybe a high here, and even some rumblings in the country in cash. What's going on?
Well, that's right, Chad. I don't know where to start, so we're just going to dive into it here. You mentioned the highs here in June live cattle. We're at 218.02. That high's been 218.37.5. We're just a stone's throw away from those old highs there on 218.62. So we're getting up there into those areas here where we met those highs here from a couple weeks ago. The August live cattle, they made a high of 280. They're at 212.85 here today. We're sitting at 212.42 here. Getting to be a lot of interest in that August live cattle contract. A couple different ways in the futures here. We held that 211 area so far this morning. We opened at 210.97, dropped down to 210.87. That was kind of our open price low there within the first few minutes of trade. Then we just shot out of the gate, and we've been working higher ever since. Now, on this August live cattle contract, going out to the auction tree way out there, I did notice today there's been over 7,000 folks, 7,000 of the August 240 live cattle calls bought for about 12.5 cents. So that tells me that someone is either short this market and trying to manage it by using a delta position to try to spread that off, or this looks to be a new position getting entered. So it's tough to say whether they're using this as protection or if this is someone just outright buying these, but there's definitely been a lot of movement out there in those deferred options. Also today, we've seen, I haven't seen any new renewed bids out there. We saw 225 bids yesterday in Kansas and 370 from a regional here in Nebraska that was 6 weeks out, but I did see at a regional auction yard up in South Dakota, there was 242 paid on 42 head. They would 1475.
Livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted. Call him at 308-708-7340. This is the Rural Radio Network.
Welcome to Rodeo 60. I'm Rebel Ciclocha, joining you with all things rodeo in 60 seconds or less. Nebraska high school rodeo athletes ended their regular season over the weekend in Bridgeport, Harrison, and Crawford. Highlights from the long weekend include Anna Clark of Thetford winning all 3 days of the barrel racing aboard her horse, Bogey. Clark currently sits second in the state, just 10 points behind Tylee Sears of Valentine. Parker Noakes of McCook and Cato Shrunk of Pender accomplished a similar feat in the team roping, winning first place at all 3 rodeos and solidifying their #1 position heading into state. Brothers Colden and Kanan Heath of Minden also remained at the top of the leaderboard on the bareback riding throughout the weekend. Colden leads the state while brother Kanan sits second. The Nebraska High School Finals Rodeo is set for June 12th through the 14th in Valentine. That'll do it for Rodeo 60. All things rodeo in 60 seconds or less.
This is a market update. I'm Bruce Gorder on the Rural Radio Network. Winter wheat conditions improved by 2 percentage points last week to 52% good to excellent, while spring wheat conditions bounced back by 5 percentage points to 50% good to excellent. Early today, the Southern Plains wheat areas in the panhandle of Oklahoma and Texas received rain, with both Kansas and Nebraska getting heavy and widespread coverage as well, and they currently are now. Also weighing on the wheat is the fact that dry northern European wheat areas are going to get a drink finally. Germany and Baltic countries are forecasting to get 1 to 3 inches of rain in the coming days. Russia continues to be the world's cheapest wheat offer, with new crop FOB offers right around $225 per metric ton. July corn is up 1 1/4 at 439.5. December is up 2 1/2 at 438.25. July soybeans up 7 3/4 at 10.41. November up 5 at 10.22. July Chicago wheat is unchanged at 539.25. July wheat in Kansas City unchanged at 539 3/4. July wheat in Minneapolis down 7 1/4 at 6.20. August live cattle up $1.05 at 212.05. October up $1 at 210.20. August feeder cattle up $1.87 at 303.62. September up $1.85 at 302.75. July lean hogs up 42 cents at 105.40. August up 55 at 106.45. Class 3 milk for June is down 44 cents at 18.66. The July contract is down 75 cents at 18.92. And you're listening to the Rural Radio Network.